Okay, good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to today's broadcast on how to help your child, protect your child from sexual abusers, sexual predators. So I'm so happy you joined us live again today. And so please, I want you to be relaxed, make up your mind to learn and bring your children online when it's their session. Thank you and God bless you. Pay so much attention. If you want to jot down things, jot down some points, because there are points I'm going to be mentioning to us that will help you in your home protect your children against these predators. So today I want to teach us how to practically protect and build defense around your children, how to build defense that will protect these children. I usually love to explain the mother hen, the hen protecting the children. Yesterday I said it. I love it because you see, this training is meant for parents, but we major on the mothers. Like I said, the mother hen together with the cock gave birth to the chicks. But the mother hen has seen it as her responsibility to protect her children from the predators. So most times you don't see the cock around the chicks, you only see the hen. And when we look into our family system these days, you find out that the mothers are usually the ones around the children, teaching, instructing, and building their life, character, and all that. So when it comes to parenting, majorly mothers are more involved. So if you're a mother watching me, I want to tell you, keep doing the work, be more involved. One of the advice I want to give us as mothers is this: God has given you that assignment to build, to mold the future of these children. And I want you to know that you're not just an advisor. Many mothers don't have that structure in place to teach values to their children. They only advise children when issues arises. So they tell them, no, don't do this, it's not good for you, it's not good. When I was small, I didn't do that, but you should have a structure. One of the things that this training we are doing, we still unfold some package for our mothers, but whatever we are doing here is absolutely free. So we're going to help mothers set up structure to teach. As a mother, you are called, one of your assignments, in fact, your core assignment is to teach, to build the value system of these children, teach them character, mold them while they are growing. So don't be part of the mothers that do advising. I know this thing is not good. Do it this way, do it that way. First of all, you teach, then you instruct, then you advise. So you're welcome on today's episode. We have a lot of guidelines to give our mothers to do this job that God has given to us well. So I didn't introduce myself. I am Princess Miriam Amos. I am the lead mentor of Kingdom Homeschool and also the pastor of Women of His Presence International. Kingdom Homeschool is a vision that God Himself gave to us to help Christian mothers build their children, their spiritual life, character, kingdom values in these children. So please, if you're a mother, I want you to pay close attention to what we are saying today from beginning to the end. It's not just that you will learn a lot, but we're going to help you bring in this structure in your home to build these children, their spiritual life, their character, and build strong moral values in these children. So, like the mother hen, I said, will always spread her wings to protect the children against the predator. She always watch out for the signs of the predator. The moment she hears the hawk up there, she knows the sound, she begins to find her children and protect them. So the signs of this predator, we have thought about it yesterday. If you didn't watch us yesterday, please, you will do yourself good to go back to the yesterday session and watch it, listen to those signs, how you will know that someone is a predator. So as I'm taking off today, I still want to emphasize, please, mothers, as you are watching out to protect these children from being sexually abused. I don't want to start going into the effect it has in the life of these children. The trauma lasts sometimes into adulthood. You see people who are struggling, to discover who they are, to build self-esteem as adults, because people have vandalized, demoralized, abused their mind and their self-esteem. They lose self-worth. It's very difficult for them to believe they are important and they have self-worth. So please don't pass through it. Don't go through before you learn. Help these children as much as we can. And one of the ways I told us that we can do this is that I want you to know that anyone around you can be a predator. Anyone. It could be a brother, your own brother, my own brother. It could be a friend. It could be your husband's brother. Anyone can be a predator. And so please, don't ever look at someone and so much overtrust the person that the person cannot be. I sometimes a provision for where your children will be, or you go along with them. Sometimes you see people, they go into Bible study, they keep their children with a male friend that they can't really say what will happen when they are away. So please, these are the things we should put in check. Leaving your children, girls, for a guy, for your cousin, for anybody. So I'm saying this, not that these people really, or maybe a brother or a cousin that we're suspecting they are bad, but along the line, anything can happen. The adult you're leaving the child could be masturbating, watching porn, and the next person he finds is your child. And remember, like they said, an idle man's heart, it is the devil's workshop. So anything can pop into the person's mind, evil thoughts can pop into the person's mind, and the next thing the person wants to experiment with an adult, there's no adult, he didn't really want to do it with a child, he has never done it before, but because a child is available and alone, the adult could do anything at that time. So please be very careful. Or you want your child to be counseled by a counselor that is an opposite sex. Don't always trust the children and send them alone. Sometimes there could be a time a mentor has to talk with a child, probably you sit outside, but not like you're not around entirely. I could remember this widow back then. She's a widow. She has a girl child, a teenager growing up, and the pastor, when I'm talking about pastor, please don't think this pastor is a very bad person. That's what I'm saying. Devil can put evil thought in someone's mind anytime. That's why we as mothers should be very observant and very careful. So the pastor usually comes to teach this teenager to know the way of God, to serve God, and he comes around, advise her, teach her the Bible. Remember, I said predators will always gain the trust of the parents. So the mother is so relaxed. It's my pastor. It's my pastor. So most times, pastor will come to the house during working time. The mother will go to shop and leave the daughter, a teenager, with pastor alone. Is totally wrong. Don't leave your teenager, don't leave your children with a male, or someone, another, because he's a brother in the church, he's a pastor. So she does that, she'll leave the child alone with the pastor. And sorry to say that, she didn't know that the pastor has been messing up this girl for a long time. And most of the times the girl will withdraw herself from the family. She's fully moody, so bad, and the same mother will go back to the pastor and be telling the pastor, find out what's wrong with this child. She's always withdrawn, she doesn't like to associate with other people, isolating herself and all that. And the mother didn't know that the issue is the pastor. So she kept on doing this, asking the pastor, oh please help me, oh please help me, not knowing that the pastor has been abusing the child. But one certain day, she went out and she forgot something at home. She came in, she was not suspicious of anything, to pick what she left at home. She didn't believe what her eyes saw. Pastor was not just touching the child, pastor was having sex with this teenager, and it has been happening over and over. She asked the child, what am I seeing? How long has this been happening? She said, Mommy, you always tell me pastor should cancel me and you leave us alone in the house. Pastor has been doing this for a very long time. So what am I saying this? Is for our eyes to be open and put our eyes everywhere. Be vigilant, be sober. Even the Bible says in the book of 1 Peter, it said, be vigilant, be sober, for the devil, your adversary, for the predator, your adversary, is going around looking for children to abuse, looking for children to molest. They are going around, as we are talking now, they are going around there on the street. But our work is to be vigilant and be very observant around the children. So please, another point I want to tell us mothers, we have this attitude usually during the holiday. You want to send your children to grandma, you want to send your children to your sister. The question I want to ask you, do you know who is around the grandma? Grandma could have a houseboy helping grandma and the children are around. Grandma will not pay that kind of attention to the children, and the boy helping grandma will be there abusing your children. Sometimes, oh, it's my sister's house, and you send your children. You don't know what your sister's children have learned. And your sister children could go along abusing your children. You don't know the kind of thing they watch. You don't know the kind of house help, house boy, driver around your sister's house. So please, if you don't have time to spend holiday, travel out with your children, keep these children till a certain age when you know you have built their value system, they are strong enough to make good decisions, you have tested them over time, and you know, oh, this child, I can now say I can release her, let me even release her for her to go out there and try out the things I've taught her. But not that the child is still 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, you can't really say you have so much invested in building the value system, sound moral in these children. Just release them because it's holiday, go and spend with grandma, go to my sister's house. That is not advisable. In such holidays, children are being abused. I could remember when we were small, my parents would send us to the village to spend the holiday with our grandma. And at the same time, other of our uncles will send their children to spend holiday with our grandma. So now you see children coming from a different family background, meeting other children from different family background, and they have to sleep in the same house, on the same bed, in the same room. So what these children know, you don't know. Your children don't know it. So grandma is not that observant to follow us around and, you know, check the bed, check us in the night. In the night, one of the cousins that we are met with will begin to tell me that, oh, you know, he liked me and all that. He will tell me, you know, let's play daddy and mommy play, for us to hold hands together and hug ourselves. The one thing I thank God is that this boy has not really gone deep to know that he should bring out probably his penis and begin to rub some part of my body. Then I've not even developed breast and all that. But the thing is that the boy was already corrupt. He has known some bad things. And watch out for cousins that twin with your children. Oh, she's my best cousin. I'm talking about cousins that are age mates. Twinning. Oh, that's my best cousin. That's my twin cousin. Watch out for them and check what they do alone. Don't even allow them time alone. Please, these are things that I want mothers to watch out for, sending our children on holidays and leaving them alone with cousins that are age mates, and watch out for people twinning, doing that's my best cousin. Please put your eyes on them. I want us to also teach our children acceptable play and non-acceptable play. You know, when children are growing up, one thing they love best is playing activities, fun activities. And so they go about playing. It's our duty to teach them this kind of play is not acceptable. And one of it is, let's play daddy and mommy. Tell your children, you don't play daddy and mommy with strangers, with children, and they want to play a role of daddy sleeping together, touching you. Is non-acceptable play. Then teach your children that this kind of play, touch me, I touch you. You know, when we are small, then all these boys that really want to touch girls in their private part, they don't outrightly start by saying, I touch your breast. What they do first, say, let's play touch me, I touch you. I touch you here, I touch you here, you touch me, I touch you here, you touch me. The next thing, I touch you here, you touch me. Before you know it, I touch your breast. And to the child, if the child is not taught non-acceptable plays, she may think we are really playing. This my friend is not bad, we are playing. There are non-acceptable plays our children should not play. Touch me, I touch you, let's play daddy and mommy. And when you are teaching this play, please, house helps are not exempted. Let the children's eye be open to the kind of play they play with house helps. It may amaze you to hear that when we were small, usually my parents have house help a lot, and they will get girls because they believe that they have more of girls, and we do it often. Oh, because I have girls, let me find girls at the house if I don't want anyone to abuse my children. But these girls sometimes could be very dangerous to our girl children, because if not for the mercy and the grace of God, probably today me or some of my sisters would have become lesbians because of these girls. And not one, not twice. There was this certain one, mostly majorly in the afternoon, and she's a growing lady that developed breast and other parts of her body are well developed, and because of her background where she came from in the village, they play all this lesbianism play and all that. She's been exposed to sex and same sex. So when her parents are not around, she will tell us, let's play, let's do play, hide and seek, play daddy and mommy. This is a house help, a girl abusing us girls. She will not tell us, okay, you people can come and touch my breast. And we'll be touching her breast. We'll press, she'll tell us, touch everywhere, touch this, touch that. I don't just know what is in the mind of these children. Or these adults, so to say. She will lie down and tell us, touch my breast. I could still remember. Sometimes we will call other of our friends, girls too. We'll be doing hide and seek. She said, when you catch me, start beating me and all that. And she will tell us the kind of things we'll be doing to her. And we'll be touching her breast, But do you know one thing? The truth is, after doing this kind of play, I noticed that you'll be having passion to play that play tomorrow. We'll be wanting to let's do that play now. Let's do the play. You run around, we touch you, and there's another house help. Our parents will be in their room because she's a girl. They don't have any room for suspicion, so they will leave us with the house help right in our room. We will lock the lock that leads to our mom's room, lock the door that leads to the boys' room, lock the door that leads to the sitting room, and we'll be shouting and playing. Before you knew it, this girl will be on the bed. She will pull her clothes. She will tell us to begin to rub her breast and touch different parts of her body. And this is a girl to girl. And my parents will feel that she's a girl. If it's a guy, they'll be suspicious. So they will leave us to play such play. At the end of the day, every night, she will come and keep doing it. Some nights you see her, she'll wake up and be trying to touch some people that started developing breast. What and where is it heading to? It's heading to lesbianism. Sometimes you wonder how some little teenagers are already developing passion for same sex. Is the things going on in the house? Like my daughter was telling me that a girl in her class, JSS1, was telling her that lesbianism is not bad. She can even marry a fellow girl, that Americans are doing it, that once you have passion, to be with a fellow girl, that you can go ahead, it's a choice. This girl must have been trying it out at home, and parents will not suspect the housemate. So what I'm trying to tell us is, if you have boys and your house help is boy, put your eyes on them. If you have more of girls and your house help are girls, put your eyes on them. These house helps are not exempted. Let your children know that whatever they are doing, whether play or not with aunties, they should report to you. And please don't ever tell a child that if you try so thing, I'm going to kill you. The predators use it against the children. When they hear it from a child that, your mom will kill you if you say, please never. And make your children to know that it doesn't matter what happens, what anybody wants to do around you, tell your mom, I'll be there for you, and make your child believe that whatever you tell me, I will believe you. And I will stand for you. No matter who comes to say that you are the one that caused it, I'm going to stand for you because you are my baby. Deliberately listen to your children. Create moments of discussion. And probe into, start the conversation. Probe into what happened in school. What is the kind of play? What are your friends doing? Sometimes your children come back. You just create that relaxation opportunity for them to talk to you about what is happening in the school. And when they don't have this kind of time, I notice that children want to talk a lot. They want to tell us what is happening. But when we don't create that opportunity for them to talk, they will bottle up these things and they will be struggling with it. So create opportunity for children to talk to you. And one of the things we mothers, because we are very busy pursuing money, we don't have time, is to structure your home and create time that you teach. These are times to teach your children. you have theme, you have topics, you want to teach them. If it's about character, you great time. Like during this holiday, this election holiday, I maximized it. Not as if I don't have my goals I would have used my time to do, but I have to lose something to gain something. I have to set aside my own plan back. So I was talking about creating time to teach our children. There's something I usually do. You can also put it, implement it in your house. I call it heart-to-heart talk with mom. It's a time I have one-on-one with each child. At this time, you find out something that the child has in mind or is bothering her that she may not want other siblings to know. She doesn't know how to disclose it to anyone. At this time, heart-to-heart talk with mom. You have one-on-one with each child. It doesn't matter if the child is 5 years. It doesn't matter if the child is 10 or any age. You have a time. They come to your room. You talk to them, personally. The children really love it. That's the time they tell you, how you treat them, that they don't like, something that is happening that they don't like. So please make time to teach these children. Then this very point, very, very important. Set rules and boundaries for your family that is targeted around protecting your children. Set rules for your family so that anyone, and make the rule a general rule for every house member, that anyone that comes into your family abides by the rule. My children have to abide by the rule. And if you're getting in a new nanny or a new houseboy or a cleaner that has to stay as a new family member, or your brother is coming in, or a family friend is sending her child to come and stay with you, you have to deliberately bring out a day to do orientation for the new family member. I do this and I love to do it all the time. And part of the rules, like today when I was preparing for this lecture, I found the rules I wrote out for orientation for one of my house help that come in. And one of the things I wrote there, I want to read it out for us. Treat my children equally. Don't treat anyone special. So these are my rules. Don't treat anyone in a special way. There are also rules for hygiene. Please don't use the children's spoon, don't use the children's cup, don't use the children's plate or the children's towel because of hygiene. So set rules and let the new family member know that this rule is not about them. But now you are deliberately setting some rules and boundaries that have to protect your children. Some of those rules I want to just give us a clue. You can build the one around your home the way you want it, but ensure, according to the teaching of today, ensure that you set some rules that has to build protection around your children so that no one in the family will abuse them. So when a new family member comes in, you give them orientation and tell them the consequences of crossing this boundary. And please also cite examples of people that break the rules and how you treated them. Let me give you an example. I'm giving orientation to a family member that's a boy, and I cite an example that one of my cousins that came the other time, I saw him, don't lap my children, don't carry them. Probably when you're watching film, you lap my children and you carry my children on the lap. So you can cite an example like one of my cousins that came the other time, I came in the sitting room, was lapping my daughter, I slapped him. I slapped him before the child. I did not spare him. So this is you telling the person that I will not take it lightly if I see you lapping my child. So you cite an example of what happened in the past and how your reaction or the consequence was. So please always educate, give orientation to new people that comes into your home. If it's your husband, brother, call them. This is the orientation, this is the rule that guides this family. So example of this rule, don't call my children to watch anything on your phone. Don't ever call my children to watch a video on your phone or to play games on your phone. Please keep your phone private to yourself. Don't get my children involved in your phone. While watching movie, please send my children away. And don't do this like I'm advising you. When you're coming to do it, bring your notes. You can bring a piece of paper where you write it, and have your rule also pasted where the stranger or the new family member will see it and know that this rule guides this house and I have to abide by it. So while watching your movie, please send my children inside the room. Don't watch movies with the children. Keep the children away, or you can watch it. My own, I usually tell adults, because when you say send the children away, you soon understand that when you are away, they will always lock your children inside and deprive them of their freedom. They don't want them to move to the kitchen. They don't want them to come to the sitting room because they want to keep watching films. So my rule is, if you want to watch your film, my children goes to bed at so time in the night. Watch your film as long as you want. When they come back from school and it's time for them to take their nap, watch your film. Once they are awake, off it. But don't tell my children to go and sleep because you want to watch film. Because if you give that room, tell the children to sleep, you'll be so amazed that your children will be so useless with their time when you're away. They will keep sleeping and sleeping because some people want to watch films. So tell them, watch the films, the films for adults when my children are sleeping or in the night. And in your rules, give guides the kind of music they should not on, they should not watch. My home is a typical Christian home built on Christian foundation. This music, secular music that they watch and listen to everywhere, you see people naked, shaking their butts, shaking their breasts, is not acceptable for me, and it's not acceptable for my children. And therefore, anybody that comes to my home, you could be an adult, you have your freedom to watch whatever you want to watch. Preaching is, if you want, you repent. If you don't want, you want to watch it, don't watch it where my children will hear the music, where they will see the video. So please watch it in your private place and keep your phone away from my children. Then you set a rule around dressing. This is your home, for God's sake. Now we talked about yesterday, teaching your children not to wear singlet and pants, walking around the house because it's your house, they have freedom. They can have that freedom in their room. Even while growing up, we have boys that are serving my parents. My father will always tell us, you want to wear your boxer, wear it in your room. You want to wear your singlet, wear it in your room. Let me not see anyone walking around with boxer in the house. In my own house, don't wear pants and all those things, singlet as children. Do it within your room, be free, but when it comes to come to the sitting room, please dress up and come to the sitting room. And now a stranger from a different background is coming to your house, set the rule for dressing. You don't come to my sitting room wearing boxer. You don't leave your room, because they can cross the sitting room and go to the children's room with boxer. You don't leave your room wearing boxer, wearing singlet. In this house, we dress proper. You see that you wear your t-shirt and your short, your knicker, but please don't wear boxer and singlet walking around the house. And for the girls too, you don't wear your boxer and your half skirt walking around or singlet. As a nanny, you dress well. When you go to the room in the night, you want to sleep, you can wear your singlet or your nightwear. In the morning, remove your nightwear and dress properly before coming out and walking around. And let me tell you, mothers, this also helps you to guide those girls that their eyes are on your husband. You see, when you bring a house help, you don't have rule that guide your house. Sorry to deviate now. The lady begins to wear rubbish, expose her breasts, wear half cut, wear bum shorts, and at that time you're already angry. So what's this you're wearing? It's not allowed in this house. Please go and remove it. The lady will start getting angry, like, this one think I'm after her husband. Why is she shouting? Why is she angry? Because I'm being free to wear my boxer. But in the first place, imagine the person is coming into your house today. You say, okay, relax yourself, go and eat, go and bathe. In the night when everybody is sleeping, I have a training to give you, or tomorrow morning, early. I usually do this training when no one is around. Early morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or in the night, around 10, when people have gone to bed, I have a training for you to train you on the rules that guide this family. You are coming in as a new family member. And you begin your training. No one is allowed to wear boxer in this house or tights, walking around singlet, including my children. So they know it's not specific about them, or you are trying to restrict them because you want to guard your husband or something like that. So please, when the rule is already set and you find out that the person is breaking the rule, 1 or 2 times your children report, auntie is wearing boxer around the house, auntie is wearing half cut, you call the person. Don't address it like, what's this? You know, one of the things we need to learn as mothers is self-control. Self-control. You know, by the grace of God, I've learned it over the years that I could see you breaking the rule and I'll keep quiet, like nothing is happening. You will never imagine that I am angry. I'll just do like nothing is happening. Wear down your boxer that very day. Enjoy that day. So there's no need of fighting or attacking you. What's this? Inside. No, I will leave you. In the night or the following morning, I will call you back on my table and remind you the rules. I thought I taught you this, that these are the rules that guide the house about dressing. Sometimes I will even give you 2 days. And I said, last 2 days I saw you wearing boxer and singlet, but I kept quiet because I don't want to embarrass you. I assume you forgot. But I want to remind you that you should not do that again. Have you seen me doing that, or the children wearing boxer and all that? So please take it like a proper orientation to guide people in your house. So part of the rules, so I want to rush now, don't ever leave your door open while dressing or while bathing. Some of these people, some of their tricks is when they are dressing, they leave your children and undress before them. So please don't dress before my children. Don't leave the door open when you are dressing. If he's a male, he has his own room. While dressing, please close your door. And sometimes you go and try. When they come out of the bedroom, you notice that this is the time they'll be dressing. Just walk into the room, open the door. You want to find out if they are locking the door. I usually tell my house help, lock the door. Don't just jam the door. Use the lock. And whenever I have a visitor in my house, a house help, I ensure I put lock. If my children have spoiled the lock, I ensure I put lock so that you will lock the door while dressing. So please tell them, lock the door while dressing, lock the door while in the bedroom, and don't call my children to help you out in the bedroom for anything. Don't tell them to help you, to give you soap. And one thing is, as you are telling the person, you are reading it out from your rules. You are reading it out. Okay, number 7. Don't call my children to help you in the bedroom, to give you soap or to give you your towel. Get your everything. Don't call my children to help you while you are dressing. And when the children are dressing, excuse them when they are dressing. So set the rules to help you. Setting this rule will help you talk less. It will help you to avoid fight or someone trying to carry face or what is she talking about, and she the only one. You set the rules and be to them the moment you join the house, and tell them this is the consequence of breaking the rule. And if possible, you can give the person a copy. Go and read and internalize it and understand it very well. And one thing is, when your children violate the rule, don't take it lightly with them, and ensure that that adult is seeing you handling the children when they violate the rule. Thank you. I think I want to wrap it up for the parents. Okay. Make sure they see how you handle the children when they violate the rule. Okay. And another point. Please, mothers, let children be children. Stop exposing the body of these children to predators. Sometimes I see what mothers wear their children, all in the name of being fashionable. They wear their bum shorts, open their bag, and you see some of these children are so long because they are fat, they are already developing breasts. Their breasts are showing by the side. You wear them something they have to tie like this, going to parties. And these are children. Allow them to enjoy their childhood. Dress them like children. There is no competition here. You are exposing their bodies. So please, allow the children to be children. Dress them well and in decent manner. One of the things dressing children well and decently will help them is that while growing up, children, whatever you teach them, they multiply it. And I know that there is no mother that wants the child to dress like a prostitute out there. But when we are starting it step by step, exposing them, bum short, very mini, because we want people to see that my child is very beautiful. Trust me, the child will multiply what you have just started. The next thing you see a teenager dressing almost half naked, you will not be wondering, does your mother dress like that? You started it. So please, let these children dress well. It builds the culture of decency in your family. It builds the culture of decency. When your child goes out, he knows that we dress decent. Even while in school, when I've deviated from some of the standards of my family, one of the things I knew I did not deviate from is dressing decently. my friends will tell me, stop it, dress this way, dress that way. We are going for show, and make sure that decency. In fact, I've already have sense of shame for exposing some part of my body, because it's a family culture. We dress decently. My mother dressed decently, and she buy all decent clothes. And when we have come to the age of buying our clothes like teenagers, when we buy clothes, my mother will monitor what we buy. Okay, go and do your shopping. When you come back from your shopping, say, come bring your bag of shopping, let me check the clothes. And when she's checking the clothes, she can pick out some, say, this one, you can't wear it. This one, you can't wear it. How much did you buy this one? Oh, mommy, I bought you 3,000 naira. I'm going to give you back your money. Go back tomorrow and buy another top with this money. But this one, you won't wear it in this house. And she will tell you the reason why you will not wear it. So over the years, it has become my culture. When I went to school, I love it. I have known to dress well. I have loved dressing well. So please, building the family culture and the family values. There is a point I want to make here. You see some parents, especially mothers, please, I hope our children are by the side. We have something to teach them. We are sorry about the network and taking much time, but there is something very important things we want to teach our children. Building the family values. Sometimes you hear people saying, you know the family you came from, you can't behave like this. Your family, we are not like this. What's that about your family? Did you define your family to the children? Do they know what your family represents? Did you know the standards, the principles that guide, that built the family? When you said, you can't do this because of who you are, have you told the child who she is? Have you told the child the values of the family? There are things that my children will do sometimes. I say, you know, this is against the family value, and they know it. So please, build your family, develop your family values, and teach these children. Let it be established that these are family values, and consistently teach it. One of the things we want to do in Kingdom Homeschool is to help parents learn how to teach family values, family vision, family mission. And in Kingdom Homeschool, we already have a value. So if you subscribe to Kingdom Homeschool, when I mean subscribe, I'm not talking about money. It has nothing to do with money. I mean you registering your children. My children want to be part of this Kingdom Homeschool, and this Kingdom Homeschool will help you with curriculums. It will help you with teaching practical things to teach your children, and once in a month, children will gather, we teach them directly, and we pray for these children. We give you what to teach them. So please, teaching family values for the children to understand who they are, the virtues of our family. It will help you a lot when you're talking about, you know, the family you come from. The child will understand what you're talking about. Like myself, when I went to school, I said it yesterday, I deviated from serving God. When you talk about backsliding and my friends, peer pressure, making me to go away from the way of the Lord. But I thank God for something. I did not allow any man have sex with me. That's pull your clothes. That sense of shame. I can't pull my clothes before a man. Even though I call you my boyfriend, I can't have sex with you. And the boyfriend wanted. So what does other girls do with their boyfriend? The thing there is, I have built it. My parents have built it in my mindset. You have to keep your sexual purity. It's about God. It's about your value. It's about your personality. It's about you owning yourself and keeping your treasure. And I held on to it. You can imagine going through secondary school, going through university, and I maintained my virginity. And not just me. My mother really tried, because there is a system of consistent teaching. There is a system of consistent teaching. She would taught us, my sisters, we kept our virginity. Some of them, they married. Their husband called my mom, gave them gifts, and said, wow, this beautiful girl, and they married, still a virgin. Why? It's not about advice and shouting, hey, don't get pregnant in this house, you cannot get pregnant. No, it's not about pregnancy. It's not about pregnancy. I can't really remember my mom trying to scare me with pregnancy, but it's about foundation. It's about letting me know who I am. It's about letting me know what we represent, the values, what God wants of me, why keeping myself will profit me in the future. It's not about pregnancy. So I wasn't scared of anything pregnancy, but I was mindful of, keeping my self-worth. I was mindful of carrying myself, Even in department, they know me, say, that girl, they can say, oh, she's so proud. She can say some guys around me, go and try out. When they finish trying, they say, they told me about you. And some of them will help me say, wow, that's good. They said, you can never get that girl. I've known that it's my self-worth as a girl to keep myself. So when you teach these children, it's not about, hey, pregnancy, oh, you bring shame to the family. No, it's about you preserving your self-worth. So teaching these children, it will help them keep themselves. It will help you to shout less. And you will see them sexually pure, glorifying God and giving joy to their family. So please, this is the session for us, the mothers today. And hold on, please. And please, one of the reasons why you should join Kingdom Homeschool is that in this time we are in, the church is drastically losing the interest of the youth in the church. In the book of Judges chapter 2 from verse 10, I won't like to go into it because of time. The Bible said the generation after Joshua, it said when Joshua and that generation all died, he said there arose a generation that did not know God, nor the things that God did for the Israelites. Imagine generation of Joshua that just crossed Jordan, that crossed the Red Sea, and the generation after them, like their immediate children and children, did not know anything about the miracles that God did. They didn't know about the manna. What happened? It was written in the book, but it was not taught. It was written in the book, it was not taught. We are now in a generation that the laws of God is written in the book, but not taught. Don't assume your children is knowing the way of God in the church. The church is not doing enough. The church is not doing enough. Sometimes the attention of the church is on the adults. Sometimes leave the adult church, go to the children church. You're not mindful of that. You will see that within some minutes they've taught the children an on cartoon. The same cartoon they watch at home, they watch in the school. You bring them to know God, for their values to be built, kingdom values to be built in them, they are still watching cartoon. So God is talking to us mothers now. Let what happened in the days of Joshua generation, they did not teach their children these laws of God, the principle of the kingdom culture, and they died. Their children went into captivity. They began to serve idols. But I want to tell you, this time and age, no child is going to serve any idol like a statue, but they are going into captivity, sexual captivity, drug captivity, pornography are taking these children into addictions that they are not able to come out from for a long time. So please don't allow your children go into this kind of captivity. Kingdom Homeschool is here to help you systematically, consistently show you our curriculum, give it to you, use it to teach your children, and as well, once in a month, we gather our children, we teach them directly. Thank you for hearing. Please, I want to have a session with our children. If your children are around you, please, can you call them so that we can have a session with the children? I want to end this session now so that we can start a session for the children. Let me check some of our comments. Okay, let me ask a question. Let me read someone's question out. Someone said, based on this, can wives wear skimpy outfits, especially because our children, our husband love it? My point in asking this question is because children tend to copy us. Praise God. He said, can wives wear it? Wives can wear some things. I don't know about your house, but there are certain things you can wear for your husband within your room. There are certain things too, like some skimpy things you can wear around the house. Now you can educate your children and tell them, because this is my husband's house. There are certain things I have to wear because it's my husband's house, but not the one that will make the children to be seeing certain things they should not see and now make them to be so confused about you. You understand? So there are certain things that are so short and so revealing that you can wear within the space of you and your husband. But there are some, like you can say, I'm the only one that have the right to wear this kind of thing because I am the mother here. I need to be free in my husband's house. When you go to your own husband's house, you can do this. I can still remember when my father would do some certain things. I said, this is my wife and this is my wife's house as a married woman. You can't do this here, because when you go to your husband's house, which one will you do? So you have to do it in your husband's house. But remember, there are revealing things you can't wear around children. You have to wear within your husband's space and yourself. I want to end this session. Please don't go away. Get our children. Why I'm ending it is that if your children are not around, you can on that particular session for the children. Please, you can send in more questions. I'm ending it now. Thank you for joining, and I want to see you on the WhatsApp, sending in information of your children and registering them, their age, their gender. We want to note it down, because we want to primarily be praying for these children, know them, follow you up on these children to ensure that they are discipled. The curriculum is targeted on making our children disciples of Jesus, responsible citizens, children that will fulfill their purpose on earth and achieve greatness. Thank you for joining today. Please join the session for the children and get your children along to follow. Thank you.